Let's talk about maritime arbitration in Nigeria. In whatever you do in life, there's always dispute. Talk more of maritime industry. Maritime industry where dispute can arise from cases such as charter party agreement, loss of goods as a result of cargo delay, just name it. There are a lot of ways in which disputes can arise in the maritime industry. Now, whenever these disputes arise, is it advisable to just run to a court of law? The court that has the jurisdiction to hear maritime claims is known as the Federal High Court. But remember that the Federal High Court is not just a court specialized in maritime claims. So the Federal High Court has jurisdiction to entertain other matters, which makes the docket of the Federal High Court highly congested. So I ask again, is it advisable to always run down to the Federal High Court whenever there is a maritime dispute? This is where maritime arbitration now comes into play. So instead of going to the Federal High Court where it takes longer to settle a dispute, why not go through arbitration? Arbitration is a form of ADRO, which is alternative dispute resolution, whereby parties try to resolve their dispute without going to court, by presenting their dispute to a third party, an expert known as an arbitrator. It can be more than one, but as agreed by the parties. So if this is the definition of arbitration, then you know what maritime arbitration is in relation to ship. So there was this particular case that was handled by the court, North Pole Navigation Limited against Milan Nigeria Limited. There was a dispute under the charter party agreement, and then both parties now referred the case to arbitration in London because that's what the agreement stated. An award was issued, and when it was time for enforcement, Milan Nigeria Limited now said, no, you can't enforce that award. I will not agree because it was just 2 arbitrators that sat for this matter instead of 3. Guess what the Court of Appeal said on appeal? The Court of Appeal said, but both of you agreed to proceed under the London Maritime Arbitrators Association, and this particular association recognizes 2 arbitrators. So what are you saying? The award that was given by these arbitrators has to be followed. So that was the Court of Appeal recognizing, arbitration in the maritime industry. But the problem we're having today with maritime arbitration is that most persons do not even know much about maritime arbitration. So whenever there's a maritime claim, the first course of action is to run straight to the courts, which is not bad. But like I said, is it advisable? The Maritime Arbitrators Association of Nigeria are trying their best to create an awareness of maritime arbitration instead of people running down to court. Hello, my name is Vera Enubianozo. Welcome to day 22 of our Maritime Law series.